Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And today we're going to talk about who will be the next coach of the Indiana Fever. And hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do so you get notified of our next video. So as everyone knows, Christy Sides got fired of the Indiana Fever. It's yesterday. This is Monday morning on the 28th around 9 o'clock. And that Stephanie White, who's still the coach of the Connecticut Sun, who used to be coach of the Indiana Fever, is the favorite. Supposedly they've had talks. Well, I have no idea whether that's true or not. Supposedly she's not totally happy with the Connecticut Sun, and she's intrigued by the Fever, but she seems to be the heavy favorite. Mm-hmm. I guess she's a favorite. I actually did, we both did Google searches to see if there's Las Vegas odds on the new coach. And there isn't any as of right now, but they may come out later on today. This is, like I said, it's Monday morning. So we'll see. I don't have a strong opinion on it other than I can see why she's the favorite, but I think there's other coaches that you can consider.
Well, she seems to be the odds-on favorite, definitely. I've looked at other sites, and she's the first person that's been popping up as far as to be the head coach for the Fever because of her ties and being around there. And so her name has popped up.
Now, there's two other names that pop up a lot, and one is her coach at Iowa, Lisa Bluter, and the other is Cheryl Miller. I think both of them are in the same situation. They both say they don't want to coach anymore. Cheryl Miller has said that, and Lisa Bluter said, I'm retired. However, this is a golden opportunity to coach a very young, talented team with a generational talent to a championship. So they may reconsider, especially if they offered $1 million, but we'll see. I think those are both possibilities, but they're not likely, but they're possible.
Well, they also includes Kurt Miller, the former coach for the Sparks. He has some ties with Indiana. He coached the Indiana women's team in 2012, 2014. So he has some ties there too. And though they didn't have that good a season, he's been a really good coach because they had a lot of injuries at Sparks. But his record as far as a coach is pretty good.
Now I don't know how ex-NBA coaches feel about coaching in the WNBA. Like they feel it's a downgrade from what they were coaching in because it's not its significant and prestigious league. But people have mentioned Mark Jackson is a possibility. And he does stress defense. He has experience. He has Indiana ties. He played for Indiana. I also think that Stan Van Gundy and Jeff Van Gundy were both good coaches in the NBA, and they're both unemployed right now. And Stan Gundy was known for being a good defensive coach too, which the Fever obviously need. Whether they have any interest, I don't know. But Jeff Van Gundy's unemployed as far as I know, and Stan Van Gundy's an announcer right now.
Well, Jeff has actually he's not unemployed. He's with the Boston Celtics. He's in with their office. So.
Oh, is he? But he's not coaching or announcing right now, right?
But he helps out. But he's in with the Boston Celtics. But those two, the Van Gundys, being that I kind of sort of know their father and I know them, I don't think it's not a downgrade for them. But I just think their intensity is more suited for the NBA. Mark Jackson too. I don't think he would go that route. I mean, Michael Cooper, he was a coach there for the Sparks. He did coach them for a while. So,
all right. I don't know what their feelings are. I just know people have mentioned them as possibility. People have mentioned Larry Bird. Larry Bird seems to be retired right now. He's not really doing much, right? But he used to coach. He was also a GM for a while of Indiana. So he was a good coach too. And I think he'd be an excellent coach. I don't know if he has any interest or not.
Well, I think they'll bring in somebody who, like I said, who's coached women more. Those coaches have never coached women before. And I think
it's a whole new ball game.
Believe me, Mark, it's a whole different ball game. It really is. I mean,
Rob coached both boys and girls, so he knows.
It's a whole different mindset. You have to switch your mindset. The only switch, like I said, the mindset is that it's more of a ground game. So it's more of a, like I said, more movement. And you have to deal with the women's emotions a little bit more too. So, but we'll see. But I feel that they're going to get somebody who's experienced coaching women And I'd love to see my one friend. In fact, he just retired from. I went to college with him. Another Nazareth grad like Van Gundy. He coached women's basketball at Siena, but he's been a successful coach during the years of Marquette and Dayton. His name was Jim Jaber. He just retired from Siena because his wife went out in Stanford. But he would definitely be a great coach for Indiana if he ever wanted to retire.
There's some other coaches mentioned too, some college coaches and stuff like that. So I have no idea. I mean, there's a lot of talented coaches out there just never been given a head coaching job yet. And they might go with someone new like that they think is very talented, or someone who's been coaching in college has never coached in the WNBA, but they've been head coach. So I don't know. I know, going back to Mark Jackson, I just want to point this out. Jason Whitlock made this point in midseason, and he thought it was important and advantageous for a black male to be the coach. I'm not saying I agree with him. I'm just going to make his point. He said that, you're going to he's going to be authoritative more from a male. He's kind of sexist to begin with, but he also said, but if it's a black coach and he shows, gives the keys to Ferrari and shows some favoritism towards Caitlin Clark, they're not going to think it's racist because it's coming from a black person as opposed to a white coach, which there's something to that. There's something to that. The black players might not be so as upset if a black coach shows favoritism towards a white player, because it doesn't look as racist as a white coach doing that. I don't know if it's important. I'm just saying it depends on the player. I mean, some of those players would seem jealous of Caitlin Clark at first.
Mark, it's gonna be jealous no matter who steps in. Caitlin Clark, they're gonna be jealous. No, it's not gonna change at all because the color or gender is not going to change how people feel about Caitlin Clark. Doesn't matter.
I'm not 100% convinced that there's not something to what he's saying, Rob. I agree with you that it's not as strong a point as he thinks it is.
Yeah.
But I think it could be, because I don't know what goes through someone's head, so I can't tell. I know when they interviewed Kelsey Mitchell early in the year about what did you think about Caitlin Clark not making the Olympic team, she just rolled her eyes like this, like what about me? Why do you ask me about Caitlin Clark making the team? What about me? You could tell that she's like, oh, thanks about it.
Kind of put off. Yeah, she was put off.
She was put off by that question. I could tell she was put off by the question. She wouldn't even answer it. Now, I think as the season went along, she realized that her and Caitlin Clark could play really well together. They became friends, and they had great chemistry at the end of the year, and they're still hanging out together after the season, too. They were seen in the game together. So I think the two get along well, and I think Kelsey Mitchell really appreciates playing with Caitlin Clark. Her shooting percentage is going to go up when she plays with Caitlin Clark because she's going to be able to get her some wide open shots that she couldn't get with a non-point guard.
I'm sorry, to go with Whitlock's thing. So most of the teams, women's teams that I coach, or most of the teams that I coach, except for a few, were mostly white. So, I mean, then I've actually had someone ask me, how come you don't coach the black players? How come you're only coaching the white players? And I'm like, I don't see color. I'm coaching kids. And
weren't you just hired for the job? You didn't take the job. You just took a job, right?
Yeah, I mean, they hired me. It wasn't because I was black. I was coaching. So, but I mean, when I was coaching them, I didn't say I'm coaching these little white kids or these white girls. I'm coaching kids. I don't care what the hell color they were. Right. But it was just, I just looked at the person like, what are you talking about? What does that have to do with anything?
All I know is they have a lot of options, Rob. I think this is a prime job. Taking a generational talent and a young talented team from 20-20 to a championship would be a great accomplishment and very rewarding. I like I said in another video, I can't imagine a better opportunity than taking a young talented team and leading them to a championship as a coach. Nothing would be more satisfying to me as a coach.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, I think I said in the video before, I would. I mean, if I was younger, I would love to have the opportunity to step in there. Even like I said, even the defensive coach. But this is kind of a dream. This is a dream job for anybody in the WNBA. And then, like you said, you get a couple of free agents in there.
Well, that's why I think they had to change the coach, Rob, as I mentioned in the other videos, that they needed a better coach to attract free agents, and that may have something to do with what coach they choose in terms of the free agents and stuff like that. But either way, I think they have the choice of coaches because they have the primo job. That's my opinion. So they're going to get a great coach. I'm convinced. And Stephanie White was coach of the year once too in the WNBA, I think in 2022, 2023, if I'm not mistaken.
So isn't this, Mark, wouldn't this be collusion in another league to try to go for a coach that's already under contract?
I don't know what the collusion rules are for coaches. They're very strict about players, though. So I don't know. There's no proof that they interviewed Stephanie White.
Okay.
There's rumors. They're saying they did. There's rumors that Stephanie White's considering the Indiana Fever, even though they still had a coach when they said that. But I have no idea how reporters say this, and they hear things, and doesn't mean they're hearing from people who think they know. Maybe they don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That's why I don't make comments like that. That's why I have no idea. So, but she seems to be the favorite, and I would agree she's the favorite. But until she gets the job, it's all speculation. So,
well, Mark, you've been right before us, so I think we're going to be right here with this hire. It would be a great hire.
I'm just going what people are saying right now.
It'd be a great hire both ways.
I'd be happy with Stephanie White. I would be happy with Stephanie White, and I like her answer that she gave when they talked about the comments on social media and the hatred and the racist. She goes, I don't know, just get off social media. Basically, she goes, get off social media and just ignore it.
Simple.
It's going to happen. That's criticism takes place, and there's more eyes in the league, and there's going to be more criticism, and that's just the way it is. So, anyways, all right, let us know what you think. Who do you think they're going to hire as the coach, and who do you think is the best choice? Even if you think they're going to hire Stephanie White, maybe you think someone's a better coach selection than Stephanie White. So either way, just let us know what you think. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next video. And we'll talk about this tonight on our live show from 6 to 8 Eastern every Monday, except for major holidays. If you want to donate to this channel, you can with super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. We'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.